It's not about how many leads you get. It's not about how many people you have on your email list. It's all about what is your sales conversion and how much revenue that you get. And that is why I have called sales conversion the eighth wonder of your business. Hi, I'm Priscilla Kambada. I'm a profit automation coach, and I literally help you to build your sales automation system in a way that gets you going and gives most entrepreneurs a freedom of life, a freedom of team, and freedom of money. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you five key things or five questions. Firstly, is that what really gets into your head all the time when it comes to sales, what it is that you literally think. Then I'm going to give you the concept of what is sales really about. And then finally, I'm going to give you five killer action steps that you must do to be a winner in your sales for your team member and for yourself. Right, so I'm going to start with the first question that frequently runs in your mind as a salesperson is, why aren't my sales increasing? Isn't that a thing that always runs in your head? Why aren't my sales increasing? Now, I want to ask you, is that a problem or is it a symptom of something? Like when you take an aspirin, you just do to reduce the symptom, which is the headache. But is headache the real problem or is it a symptom? It could be dehydration, it could be stress, it could be exhaustion, it could be anything. But often we do not solve the problem, we solve the symptom. And that's what happens in business. In business, we chase around solving what? The symptom rather than solving the problem. What do I have to do to increase my sales? Is that the question to ask? All right, what do I got to do to get more sales is truly I do not have probably enough leads. I do not have a good conversion rate. I don't know how to close my sales. Probably I do not have enough margin. Or even that when a person transacts with us, they do not buy enough. That could be the reason why I do not have more sales. And then you put yourself down. Have you sat down and asked a real quality question to yourself instead of why am I not having my sales increase or why aren't my sales increasing? What could you be doing instead in asking a quality question to yourself so that you replace the feeling of coming from a victim, oh, why are my sales not increasing, to a position of a victor where you are getting more focus. Let's replace that question with why aren't my sales increasing with why don't I have my sales doubled? Why aren't my sales doubled? What happens with a question like this? It changes your complete focus. Your focus goes into action mode than to being in a blaming mode that the market is bad, maybe I do not have, it's my bad luck, I do not have enough energy, all those excuses and blames. So keep training your neural pathway to asking the right question instead of why aren't my sales increasing. The best way to do is why aren't my sales doubled? The second thing that keeps as an entrepreneur, your ego is so big, you say, why is my competition so stupid? I have to tell you, I was coaching a client and he said, Priscilla, my business, I have got a great system. I have got systems like a Ferrari. I'm not like a small, Daihatsu kind of a car. My business is really great. If your competition, if they're so stupid, how come they're getting, say, clients and sales till now? Isn't that a question to be asked? A lot of the times, what we do is we down look on our competition. And frankly, what you're doing is you're inflating your ego. The best way to think is, why is that competition getting sales in the first place? What do I got to do a better job? How do I get to zero their sales and get those people to me? Well, that's not the point to really look at. But if you ask that as a question, I would say, when is the last time that you really thought it that way and did a mystery shop on your competitor? ring them up, ask them about their business, and then find out, ask them, why should I use you? And then you get a real better perspective to fix your problems than having the inflated ego that I have got everything and yet my competition is so stupid. I am a Ferrari and they are a Daihatsu or a Nissan. There is always room for getting your business right, correct? So the best way to say is to, when you have a thought like that, I'm really good and my competition is stupid, it's a way to say, how come they're still getting sales? What is it that I'm not doing? The third thing that literally comes to your mind is, how do I define my sales? What comes to your head when you literally think about sales? I would say, what really do you really think that, oh, I feel sleazy when I'm selling, or I'm cheating on them, or something like that? I would say the best definition that you really want to put in your head is helping, professionally helping people to buy. That is the statement that you want to give to yourself. Sales, is it it's not a closure of sales. Very often people say closure of sales. It's not a closure of sales, it's a relationship. Yes or no? So we just need to replace that definition of our sales in our head. I don't want to keep my prospects away from the best product or service that I have built out there so that it changes their life. So the question is, I professionally help people to buy and change their life. So even sometimes you might think competition is better than me, but you have your reasons for why you are here. Your product is the best for your target customers, and that's how why you're selling their product or services, right? So never ever ever worry about your competition in that matter. You do what is right for you from your heart and soul. Let yourself down in that perspective. Leverage your competition to improvise yourself, but never use your competition to put you down. So the belief of sales that you have has to change, that I'm there to professionally help people to buy my product or service that will change their life. Okay. The next thing that really comes to your head is, why do I lose money in my business? Single most important thing is, when you lose money is what? Is when you discount. Now, discount can be in different shapes and sizes. It could be you're discounting. If you're a service industry, probably you're discounting on time. Like you charge them for 1 hour, but you work for 3 hours. And we really need to reduce any kind of discounting on that front. The amount you discount will, that's when you will make the profit, right? That will hammer your bottom line. So let me give you an example here. Let's say your margin is 30%, okay, and you're giving them a discount of 10%. When you give a discount of 10%, all you have to do is you've got to sell 50% more. That's unbelievably stupid to do that. It just kills your business. So all I'm saying is, you've got to be charging the right rates to your prospects and clients. So we don't throw in our margins. We do not throw in our time in terms of hours. We just get mindful about our margins in terms of our hours and pricing discounts. I'm telling you, it's very rarely that people work on price or work on look at pricing. It's all about value. And you might say this is very diluted, Priscilla, but that is what has come in as an experience. And I've seen people who have bought at the lowest price and were really ready to give any amount of price when they really saw that value coming in. So you've really got to think about discounts, and then you wouldn't have this question in your head, why do I lose money in my business? Okay. The fifth question that really comes into your head is, how do I improve my, how do I improve my salesmanship skills within my organization? Correct? Doesn't that come? Why is it that, how can I improve my sales team's skills? How can I improve my skills? So whatever it is, what you really have got to do is, you really have to have an introspection of what kind of salesmanship literally prevails in your organization. Okay, am I really a desperate seller, or am I a person who really sells, does anything to sell anybody? yeah, to anybody. So I know that every organization in the planet has got a sales function and a salesperson. Whether you're a business owner, you could be the salesperson or your team, but you still have got to have a top line. You still have got to make the sales right. So I want to give you that there are literally four types of salespeople, and you've got to find out what prevails in your organization. Be honest, and then accordingly change it. The number one is an order taker. I want to tell you, I went into a retail store once and in Dubai here, right here, and I went and picked up jeans. I walked into the store, I picked up the jeans, and there was no one to assist me. There was no one who could tell me what it is, what size that I want. I just looked it up, I just picked it up, went to the counter, and I said, "Can I have this?" And then the lady says, "Yes, sure," and she just types in and puts in, gives me the bill and gives me the bag, and I go off. That is simple order taker. No system, no asking, no building relationship, none of that thing, just an order taker. The second type is order seller. Now, these people who are order sellers, they will sell their grandmother to get the sale. They will say anything to get the sale. Have you been in that situation before when you're so desperate that you say, "Yeah, I can give you the discount. Oh, yes, I will do that as well." You can sell anything. That's order seller. And the third type is a product pusher. People buy benefits, they don't buy products and services, right? So you're talking so much about the product, but you're not talking about the intangible benefits that it can give and help your customers with or your prospects with. So you are a product pusher, probably. You're very focused on your own product features rather than on the value that it adds. The fourth is a solution provider. You are a salesman where you are doing a deep down analysis on your prospects so that you work on what they truly want. Truly, you have a culture in your company where you really feel that you first need to analyze what they really want, where they're coming from, build a relationship, and then give them the best solution that you have to offer them. And if you cannot, you're going to say to them, "Sorry, I cannot, and I'm going to lead you to this." So you got to look at your culture of your company and really honestly give a score of 100% and see where you're currently operating from and change it to becoming a solution provider, probably. But that's what it is you want to ask. But if you have these questions about how do I improve my salesmanship skills in my organization, go back and see, am I a order taker? Am I a order seller? Am I a product pusher? Or am I a solution provider? And then you can go back from there, correct? So these are the five things that normally comes into any entrepreneur's head. Why are my sales increasing? You got to replace that with, why aren't my sales doubled? The second question that comes to your head is, why is my competition so stupid? You got to replace that is, how come they are getting the sales still and I got to do some mystery shopping there? Third is, what is the definition of sales in your head? So are you really thinking of defining sales as something that you are professionally helping people to buy to change their life with your product or service? And it's no more a sleazy salesmanship kind of an attitude. It's about professionally helping others to buy. And then you're thinking, why do I lose money in my business? Are you really giving discounts easily in terms of money and time or hours? That's what you got to really be really good in charging the right rates so that your discounting really does not hammer your bottom line. And the last is, if you say, how do I improve my salesmanship skills? You got to do a deep down thing. Am I an order taker? Am I an order seller? Am I a product pusher? Am I a solutions provider? You got the answer right. You've got to be a solutions provider. So that is about uh, the questions that really keep coming, and you've got to have the right kind of answer to those questions in your head, and then you're going to really feel really good the way you go around it. Now, sales, as I said, is the lifeblood of your business. When it comes to sales, your customers, they already have all the answers. When it comes to increasing your sales, you've got to really look at what the customers want. Many businesses, they look to their marketing to bring in more leads. And very often the leads come in, but they have no, they really run for the hills when it comes to selling. Okay, their sales process is not converting enough leads into paying customers, but that's why you're getting leads. If your conversion rate is the percentage of leads that actually buys from you and that's very high, then that's good. But if it is often overlooked, you know, and the successful sales is not happening, then it's a point of concern. Correct? So, how does that really happen? Why do you want to look at sales in that fashion? Like Jim Rohn, I really believe one thought that comes to my head where Jim Rohn says is sales is about philosophy. Sales is about your own background, your childhood, the way you led your life, your own experiences. When you, that philosophy pulls out an attitude in you, that attitude really brings out actions, and the actions then brings out results. So the real problem is you really look at the philosophy of sales that's within you, and it's not that you cannot change it. You can change it. That's the good part of it. So for that, I'm really going to give you 5 solid tips to increase your sales conversion, which if you do it every single time, you are going to be a winner. That's my promise to you. You are going to be a winner if you even follow these 5 simple solid steps. And before that, you've got to understand that your philosophy, that is your childhood life, your background experiences, leading to your attitude leading to your action leading to your results, is the fundamental aspect of really building your mindset about sales. So the simple philosophy is, again, what Jim Rohn says is, you just go out and talk to people every single day through meetings, through social media, through emails, through every other possibilities. But get out there and connect and talk to them is what is a simple first step of any sales. Now, I want to share with you the 5 key fundamental principles to increasing your conversion rate, and that is sales. One is you sell by asking. What I mean by asking here is, I mean that sell by asking questions is to get more information and also ask for the same. 2 things. Ask questions. Like if you've read spin selling, you've really got to be asking questions to come down to a level where you really know what the problem is. And the second is, when it comes, you've asked a lot of questions or you've given them the solutions, but you forget to ask for the sale. So you don't want to be in both. You want to have both these things. So sell by asking and ask for the sale. So asking questions means active listening. You can ask questions about your customers, about your business, about children, about their hobbies, about their interest, about what's really bothering them. So, some of the few examples that I really want to talk about are the open-ended questions. I mean, who are you buying this product or service for? How often would you use this product or service for? What features are you looking for in this product or service for? What is your biggest pain point that you want to resolve through this product or service, the 100%? So learn the art of questioning in a way that first you ask the situation based question, then the problem based question, and so on, and solution based questions. So learning the art of questioning and listening is the key to increasing your conversion rate, and really it's well on the way to creating a continued customer relationship. So asking questions really also builds that, right? So one is asking questions and the second is asking for sale. So the big thing in increasing conversion rate is, do they really ask for the sale? Why don't you really ask? Let me understand, why do people don't ask for the sale? One is you have a severe rejection fear, that they wouldn't buy. Second is you don't want to be tarred or with a brush with a guy who's a salesperson. And so therefore, if I get tarred to be as a salesperson, he's definitely not going to buy from me. The next thing is about something which I call as interception. Interception is when someone has high interception. What happens is in their head, they're thinking, would this person buy from me? Is this a person capable or able to afford it? They're literally not going and asking for the sale without having any pre-thought or pre conviction, with they just go and ask for the sale. That's what you want to really do. You don't want to have the interception. You really need this, John, and that's why I'm offering you. You just want to just turn down that interception button or switch and ask for the sale every single time, no matter what they are, without having anything in your head. You just got to ask them for the sale. And I would say, if I have learned and seen from the sales gurus in my coaching and business coaching scenario, I have seen that people usually ask for the sales 7 times. That's the statistics. All of them on this planet, the best salespeople ask for the sales 7 times. Now that probably is not in a blatant way, but they would be asking about having a semi-close to the conversation. Something like, "You would like it, wouldn't you? You would love to buy it if this was a case. And when you buy it, this is what it is. When you buy from us." So normally when we look at people when they get a rejection, what happens is they just stop. They do not, they run as far away as they can be, as fast as they can, and they want to go to the next person. Instead, staying there is so important. The rule of thumb is to hang in there, okay? Hang in there, handle the objections, keep asking, keep burrowing down there so you get a solution. Ask for the sales every single time. So selling by asking questions. Yeah, sell by asking questions. And second is ask for the sale. So these are the two things. The second one that you must remember in your selling is fortune is in the follow-up. The second point is fortune is in the follow-up. A lot of us, we're very good in generating leads and inquiries, but we have no processes, no accountability about what happens next and how we can follow up with them. Oh, let me give John a call on this inquiry that he really asked 1 month back, because I need my sales target to be, or my target for this month. So I've helped people make buckets of money just by a systemized approach of follow-up. You just need to have an automated system of follow-up. How does that look in terms of dates, in terms of coach? You've got to systemize the whole thing. Okay, so I know I was coaching a business which was in the software company, and when I took them up, I asked the person, "Do you have a bunch of inquiries from the past?" And they said, "Yeah, most ones that there are I can think of are 7 inquiries." And what happened with this? I said, "Did you go and ask them for sales?" They said, "No, they had already said that they did not have any requirements." I said, "Let's do one thing. Let's go and just give them a call and ask them if how they are and where they are on." And so 4 out of those 7 had already got an alternate solution. 2 of them said, "I was actually waiting for you to call us." Okay. And one said, "I'm not interested." So you got 2 sales just by a follow up. And that's what happens. That's why I call it fortune is in the follow up. The third tip for really increasing your conversion, if you really want to be a winner in sales, is emotional connect and trust. You cannot go far away from it. It might sound a cliche, but for you to prove your credibility, that happens coming from a place of authority. That means you are best in what you do. Okay, so show your experiences, show your testimonials, get the credibility, but most importantly, show your empathy to connect emotionally with them. The idea is not to get the sale, the idea is to first build the relationship in your interactions. Empathy happens when you humanize that customer experience. You give them mutually beneficial, a win-win kind of a situation, beneficial professional relationship. It feels good from within, because it's never about you, right? It's about your clients, it's about your prospects. Building rapport in sales is about really focusing on them, on the other person, by asking meaningful questions that'll uncover their deeper challenges. Like, I was coaching a doctor, and one of the things the doctor said was, to a patient was, and the doctor came to me and he said that my patient today said that I'm going to be having a surgery and I've never been far away from my family, and in the hospital for so long. I really want to talk to them in the night because I cannot sleep without them. So he didn't even say, I want to talk to them. He just said, I'm going to feel very sad that I would not be able to talk to my family. And the doctor said, doesn't matter. I will get you on Skype and have you talk to your family every single day while you're here. And I will also give you some goodies to take back for your kids. Now that is building a rapport, this building relationship. And would that would that patient come back to this doctor and tell about this doctor to everyone? Sure it is. The doctor did not do it to get this, but the doctor did it for a meaningful relationship. So that is the huge thing. And the second thing is you're using the power of storytelling when you're empathizing. So really, you've got to emotionally connect and build that trust in your prospects and clients. The fourth super hack about getting this conversion rate right is your irresistible offer. That is the biggest thing. If you've got the best attitude, you've been able to really ask enough questions, you've followed up, but you suck in your offer, you've lost the game. This is so important. You've helped them to try you before they buy you. That's the best aspect in your one of the options could be try us before you buy us. Okay, like if you're in the automotive industry, you would say you could use this car for a day and then come back and see if it's okay for you, or a trial run, right? The second option you could do is make your product pricing a minimum viable product or a bundled product, which will literally attract them to you like bees to take your product, and then you sell them your real product, the bigger product. The offer has to be so irresistible that you're giving them so much value in terms of pricing, in terms of additional benefits, that it becomes irresistible. They start feeling guilty not able to buy you. Like you're giving them freebies, you're giving them options of value addition services, or probably in my case, we give a free courses, we give free books, some kind of product or experiences. So I say that before we take a client, we do a free marketing assessment and we do not charge you for that. And that's really strategy that works, okay? And we say that we do your free marketing assessment to really see where it is that you're not really getting your leads, and we give you a bunch of solution on that, and we give you a bunch of online courses for free. That itself will take you to the next level, and that's another killer offer. you know Sometimes the cafeterias or the cafes or restaurants that have course, we give you a free cup of coffee. 8 times out of 10, they will also buy something else along with the coffee. So some marketing to get them into the door is a must. So this is a great way to increase your conversion rate. You want to really look at how you can build an irresistible offer. I would very, very much recommend you that you really look at your offer every single time. It has to be so irresistible that they really feel guilty about not buying from you. Okay, and the fifth, the last one, the last mantra of really getting your sales right is impeccable delivery. And I always start this as a first thing. I build your product, which is a minimum viable product, and then have your delivery way. How you deliver your product or service is critical in building that repeat and consistent business, right? So once you master that piece about your delivery model, you've got systems in place, you've got people in place, you know how you're going to deliver it, your confidence in selling goes above off the roof. You've got that edge over your competition, and increasing your confidence helps you increasing your conversion, right? So definitely you have to really look at your impeccable delivery. So fix your delivery system. Most importantly, make it consistent every single time. It doesn't have to be extraordinary. It has to be satisfactory. It has to be consistent. Few questions that you want to consider before you build your delivery system, I would say, is here: can your customer get what they pay for on time and in the right value? That's first thing. And do you know, if your volume of sales increases, would your current delivery system be able to handle it? What would happen if you increased your sales by 10, 20, 50% time? Would your current system manage that sales? Are you really delivering consistent quality every single time? Analyze what areas you are really good at in delivery, and analyze what areas you really need improvement in your delivery system. So one of the best things you want to really look at is you want to really review your complaints and feedbacks part from your customers, because that's the best way that you can deliver well. You can keep on improvising your product, you keep on improvising your delivery. Do you have those kind of systems which are easy to buy, also easy to pay for your customers? And are you really training your team on delivery? And also, are you really easy to find, easy to pay, but are you really easy to find? Are you really available everywhere they find you and you get you, either through your Google reviews, social media, your own videos? And finally, you've got to wow your customers with consistency and delivery. I'm talking about wowing your customers with a consistent delivery. I got to say that I always give this example. During COVID, I had these people who came to sanitize my house. The first time they came, they were really shabby. They threw their stuff here and there. They dropped the chemicals. They just cleaned and left my house in a mess. After 3 or 4 months, we did another sanitization thing and then cleaning stuff. And these people just came in. They were so consistent. They said that this is how the process is going to be. This is what you're going to be expecting. They were very formally well dressed. They kept my house clean afterwards. And not just that, they called me again after 2 days and they said, was everything okay? Isn't that a great delivery model system? So you've got to see what's great for you. Your challenge is to define your expectations for delivery and then make sure your expectations really is what you fulfill each and every time that you engage with the customer. So keep it simple, keep it a systematic way. Hold your team accountable if any of the steps are missed and if these delivery standards are going well, and then you are on your way towards increased conversion. So these are the 5 steps, and I promise you, if you follow these 5 steps, you have a great conversion rate, massive conversion rate. And so if I had to tell you, is the first one is sell by asking and ask for sale. The second one is about fortune is in the follow-up. The third is get emotional connect and trust. Fourth is have an irresistible offer. Fifth and the last is build your impeccable delivery system. That is the mantra of 5 mantras, and I'm really saying that if you have enough of these 5 steps going consistently in your business, you're going to increase your revenue and put a lot of money in your back pocket and a whole lot of repeat orders from your customers. So I hope you found this video useful. The 3 things I want to request from you here is give me that like symbol and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done it yet. Second thing is please click on the link below to register for my webinar in which I really speak of automating your sales funnel. It's very important. And last is if you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on LinkedIn, tag somebody who really needs improvement in automating their sales or sales funnel or building a system. You could tag your business friends, your teams, and this can make a difference in someone's life. So all the best, take care, and God bless.